Hello, everybody. My name is Connor Vagel, and I'm coming to you once again from the campus of Northern Illinois University here in DeKalb, Illinois, where it is a chilly day, but we are getting ready to have the NIU Huskies take on the Ball State University League of Legends team in Game 2 of the College League of Legends season for both of these teams. We are going to be going ahead and having a best of three series here on Summoner's Rift. The teams are going to be getting ready here any second now. Sorry that the pre-show was cut off a little bit there. But we do have on the sides, let's go through the starting lineups. All right. On the side of NIU, we've got in the top lane, Alpha Squirtle 81. In the jungle, it's going to be PCH. The mid laner is going to be Space Marine 18. The bot laner will be Summoner XD. And the support will be Crix GG. The coach for NIU's League of Legends team here for your Huskies is Garmore. Moving on over to the Ball State side, we've got in the starting lineup for them at the top lane, Revelations. In the jungle, Nikolai. Mid lane is Manamelon. The bot lane is Cherry Pops with his support of Johnny V173. We should be ready any minute here. We should be getting into game then, or into Champion Select, I should say. One thing to note is that the current state of affairs is that Viego was enabled for this week. However, as of today, with some game-breaking bugs that they have discovered within the character, he will be disabled. He is administratively banned and cannot be played in today's games. So that could be causing a big impact on these teams. Who knows? I know NIU doesn't always put a huge priority on newer champions, but if Ball State was looking to play that, that might have been a bit of a damper on things. Looks like we do see Ready coming from Ball State. They'll be on the red side to start us off. NIU will be on the blue side. Let's go on through real quick to the... my apologies. Let's go over to the side of here. And we're going to go ahead and go through the standings real quick on this splash screen, if it's going to let me. Hold up. There we go. Maybe. There we go. All right. So, whoops. One more time. I apologize. All right. So, we'll go through the standings. Akron and my Eastern Michigan have each played an additional game they played against each other. Akron's sitting at the top of the conference 2-0, whereas Eastern Michigan is 1-1. Miami, Buffalo, Northern Illinois are all tied at 1-0, but it sounds like we're in the Champion Select, so we're actually going to switch on over to that for you guys here. Let's see. There it goes. All right. We are in the Champion Select, NIU on the blue side, and we've got on the red side Ball State. Camille going to be that first ban. Something that we've seen a lot of priority on for a lot of these top laners here. So very much in the cards to see that one. We'll see what Ball State wants to take away. It's going to be the Ornn. So that is all that we've seen Alpha Squirtle play so far this season. Does not mean that that's all he can play, but we'll see him on something different. He was holding a very good KDA on that champion over the weekend against Central Michigan. But we did see a couple of the comfort picks come out on the side of NIU over the weekend on Saturday. They took a very commanding win over Central Michigan. Darius going to be the ban, something that must be in Revelations solo queue history. Definitely a solo queue monster type of champion, one that's been very highly rated by most people so far this season. Rel going to be taken away from Crix GG, likely means that Ball State's looking to play something like a Leona, something engaged that Rel really has that disengage and tankiness that can match the champion 1-for-1. So we'll see what NIU has to do to adjust. Does this affect their game plan at all? We will see. Looks like the final ban will come through from NIU, and it's going to be the Seraphine, a support that, to my knowledge, is not hugely in the repertoire of Krix and Space Marine. Also could be a mid laner, but there's the Anivia. Take it away from Space Marine. We saw exactly why you do not let that champion through for Space Marine over the weekend. He had a monstrous game, just doing absurd amounts of damage against Central Michigan. And Kaisa, going to be that ADC lock-in. Usually this would mean that we'll see the Jin fall over towards the side of Central Michigan, or Ball State. We could also see something like a Misfortune, usually what gets traded into that Kaisa. But Kaisa, far and away, considered that best go-in type of AD carry, and Lucian actually going to be what's played into there. Lucian also very strong. This could be a Lucian mid, could be a Lucian top. We would likely see it in the bot lane, though, for Cherry Pops. And Nautilus going to be paired with that. Could be a top laner, but very likely going to be the Lucian Nautilus as the bot lane duo here, making sure that they have that. Title should have been updated. Oh, it didn't update for that. That's interesting. Thank you. Thank you, PCH, for that comment in the chat. We will update that for you guys as we go, once we go to break here. But Leona is going to be the one picked up for the side of NIU. They're going to hover onto that Pantheon. Now Talia, just shuffling through some picks. Udyr, definitely a pick that PCH likes. I don't know if it's necessarily a pick in this situation. We will see. But could just be the hover until they figure out exactly what they want to go, and it is that Pantheon. That looked more likely based on the style of what they wanted to play here. More of a global type of composition. Leona not necessarily reaching with that global ultimate in the same way that Kaisa and Pantheon have a very good ability to follow up on the engages and look for picks here. Pantheon could likely go jungle, he could go mid, likely won't see it in the top lane, but we could see it possibly here. And it's going to be Orianna picked on the side of Ball State. They are going to just look to take this one with that. Let's go ahead and, real quick, my apologies, you'll see me kind of shifting around here as we switch this around. And it is going to be the next ban from Ball State, or yes, Ball State will be that Victor. They'll look to take that one away from Space Marine, thinking that this Pantheon could be going jungle or into the top lane as opportunities for the pick. We'll see exactly. NIU takes away the Hecarim, something that Nikolai plays quite a bit, and now we do see the Lilia picked up for the banned, will not be picked up, I should clarify, by Ball State. And then Olaf, so pinching that jungle pool could mean that this is a Pantheon in the jungle. Jarvan going to be the immediate pickup there, so something that has that type of go in, a little tankier. Definitely a good ball delivery system with that Nautilus and the Jarvan now to go with it. Wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Gnar to really solidify that, but can't pick the Gnar if you're Ball State if that gets picked up by NIU. Something that we've seen a lot of debate as to whether it's a strong pick. We've seen people like LS in the community say that it's super weak. We've also seen analysts say it's a super strong pick. It really depends on how it's able to be played. I'm very interested to see how Alpha Squirrel pilots the champion. We've got 3 seconds left, and it looks like this is going to be indeed the Pantheon jungle, as that is going to be the Syndra to go into the mid lane for the Space Marine 18. So we'll see what Ball State wants to do to answer here. They need to pick up a top laner. Oh, there's the lights turning off on us. My apologies. But we have the side of Ball State looking to pick up their top lane. More than likely, this could be something tricky up their sleeve. But with 2 seconds left, it's just going to be the Aatrox played into the Gnar. Something that is strong with some of those healing items. Did get a little bit of a nerf with the healing changed over to his E now into his Umbral Dash from his ultimate. So World Ender no longer gives that healing amp, but it has an additional healing amp when used in conjunction with that Umbral Dash. So with all of that put together, it makes a very interesting sort of little bit of power shift for the champion. We'll see if they're able to pilot it very well. on the side of Ball State, you've got a composition that definitely wants to go in and there is the Oriana for the disengage, but also for the engage. So looks more so like Ball State wants to go in, and NIU has drafted a good amount of engage and disengage. So I'm very interested to see how this one plays out. Go ahead and throw it into the chat what your thoughts on this matchup are tonight. Do you think NIU is going to take it? Do you think Ball State is going to pull off the upset and get their first win of the season? Either way, throw it into chat. Also, be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you have Twitch Prime and would be so kind to use your Twitch Prime subscription on us. That would be fantastic. Make sure you do know that it does renew each month. So if you've used it in the past, that's okay. As long as it hasn't been this month, you have another free subscription that you could give to us. If you subscribe today, you will get that Tier 1 Legacy logo emote. If you subscribe at Tier 2, which is a $10 subscription, that is going to get you the Doggers emote. So we have swapped that up a little bit after last week, hearing some feedback. And then at the Tier 3, if you're going to be so generous as to subscribe at $25 a month and just really support the program, we would be so appreciative, I should say. But at doing so, you will earn the Tier 3, the Supporter Ultimate emote, which is the In My Sights emote. With all of that said, we're going to go ahead and get into the action any minute now. We'll finish up. We will go back real quick and just look at that. Go back to looking at the standings here, because we were looking at that prior to going into Champ Select. So looking at the standings, Akron, as we mentioned, was on top 2-0. Eastern Michigan split their 2 games so far, and they are currently sitting at 1-1. Otherwise, Miami, Buffalo, Northern Illinois, Northeastern are all at 1-0 and tied for 3rd place. And then at the bottom right now, all looking to get on the board. Only 1 game in so far, so definitely able to, are Western Michigan, Ohio, Ball State, Kent State, Central Michigan, and Bowling Green State. The one team that you don't see on there, Northeastern, welcome to the conference. They are on here because they are participating in League of Legends. Toledo, not participating in League of Legends this year, so they are not in the standings. As we mentioned last week, but just as a refresher for anybody that might need it, the top 4 in the conference will make the playoffs. It will be a 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, best of 5 series in the semifinals. The winners of those series will be facing off for the conference title and all those points that go with it in the League of Legends portion of the overall esports collegiate bracket. We are getting just about into game here. Looks like we've got about 15 seconds, so buckle in. Strap them tight, guys, because we're about to get on this ride, and we've got League of Legends action coming at you any second now, and it should be a great one for you. Ball State hungry for their first win. NIU looking to stay undefeated on the season and stay on top of the conference, and we should be into game any second now, and we will bring you that live right here on twitch.tv/NIU_esports. We thank you guys so much for being with us. We will hopefully see a few more of you joined, and feel free to interact in the chat. We do encourage it heavily, but we hopefully will have a few more people join at the end of the Career Lecture Series event for tonight. So that should have some company in there, guys. All right, strap in tight. We're getting into game any second now. Does look like, let's go through these runes and these runes, I should say. Fleet footwork on the Gnar as expected. Pantheon taking the Conqueror. Phase Rush on the Syndra. Hail of Blades for the Kaisa. And then on Leona, we're seeing Aftershock. For Revelations on the Aatrox, we're seeing Conqueror. We're also seeing Conqueror on Jarvan. Phase Rush, I apologize, on Oriana. So not an Electrocute Oriana, but Phase Rush pretty standard for the champion. Does look like we are going to see press the attack on the Lucian and then Aftershock on the Nautilus. Let's go ahead and get you guys switched over to in-game. Hopefully this works. We'll check that out. Yes, we do have it there. All right. And as for starting items, pretty standard. Both junglers are going for that challenging smite. We do see in the top lane Nautilus, my apologies, Aatrox going for the Doran's shield, whereas we see the Doran's blade on the Gnar. Pretty standard there, each wanting to fight into the other. We do see that the relic shields are on both of these supports, and both mid laners starting with, my apologies, the corrupting potion here. Ball State going to look for an early invade. They are going to be spotted out very quickly, and they'll just back away there as they did step onto that ward and weren't able to get it cleared out. So good ward placed by Crix to make sure that the invade does not happen from the side of Ball State. Pantheon went ahead, placed one deep ward, did not get spotted doing so, and was able to retreat and grab the Scryers for himself. Now, Orianna just going to check to make sure that there is not any sort of invade going on there, and we'll just hover here to make sure that there's not a delayed invade. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case, as NIU is going to start on the top side of the jungle, and we're going to see Pantheon start on the blue buff, whereas the better leash is going to come from the side of Ball State, as they will have Jarvan starting on the blue buff as well, but on the bottom side of the map. And are you going to fake this leash? So they're going to stay back a little bit to make sure it looks like there's at least a leash. Now that they see the ward placed and the bot lane for Ball State getting the lane, they will go ahead and walk up and start to work on this CS here. Pantheon going to go for a Gromp clear here, as is Jarvan, so looks like we'll get pretty standard, pretty big full clears here, but we will just see exactly how much that plays into it. Early farm leads, very early I should say, actually pretty even across the board based on the difference in the mid lane being made up in the bot lane for Ball State. We do see that there are biscuits being taken only on the Syndra for NIU, whereas on the side of Ball State we see biscuits taken by Orianna, Lucian, and the Nautilus here. So that'll be something to keep in mind, as they'll have a little bit of extra mana regen at some of these key moments here if needed. Now Pantheon was able to full clear that top half of the map here. Jarvan skipped his wolves and went straight to his red buff. So we are going to see that there might be a bit of a farm lead that starts to develop for the Pantheon here, as he is pathing towards the bot side. So we'll see if he gets there before that ward or expires that Ball State has in their side of the pit here. He will likely walk over a ward here, and yes, that is going to be spotted out. It'll be pinged up as well by Ball State, and nothing going to come of it. Pantheon will just walk, they'll just bait it in. Now this is going to be a counter engage here, but Johnny might stay too long, and despite seeing that gank, NIU is going to be able to pull off that first blood, as Johnny just stayed a little bit greedily in the bot lane there, and now it's going to be a counter gank, but the Hop is able to get Gnar out, as he did have mini Gnar, so he was able to bounce on out of there, and NIU able to take that 1-for-0 cross-map trade, and you will take that every time. Now Pantheon even going into his opponent in a Nikolai's jungle here and clearing out that wolf camp, so he will get a nice little lead for himself, especially after picking up that kill. Now the Dredgeline does land onto the Kai'Sa here. It's going to be forced out, not having to heal quite yet, and with the Lucian actually being stunned up here, that's going to be flash forward. Now the Ignite does land onto the Kai'Sa. She's going to die, but PCH is here. This could be the trade right back. Will the spear land? That is going to be the double kill for PCH, and now he is up 3-0 in kills. Despite dying Kai'Sa there and blowing both summoners, NIU actually holding on to one additional summoner spell there with the flash still available on Leona. Now this is a regank out to the top side. Will the Hop be available here? It flash forward from the Jarvan. Now that's going to be a nice dodge, but another flash. NIU will take that trade of 1-for-0, or sorry, 2-for-1 in flashes, but ultimately, the benefit goes over to Ball State with them grabbing that kill onto the Gnar here. Not something that you want to do ever as Gnar. Not, obviously, with most champions, you don't want to fall behind early, but Gnar is very hard to play from behind, so we'll see if Alpha Squirtle is able to kind of negate some of this possibility of a regain. They are pinging the flash now on the Gnar, so we do know that they may look at Ball State to regain. Husky's holding a little bit of an advantage here with some nice, with a little bit of a CS differential in each of the lanes, but that 3 kills to 2 and that additional, all 3 kills being on the Pantheon, that is something that you definitely want to see if you want to get this champion unlocked and online early on in this game. Now, Aatrox has back, so that'll give Gnar the ability to farm out this wave and kind of even out the CS differential there. First Drake is going to be the Infernal, so we won't see that one as the soul in this contest, but likely going to be something where NIU looks to try to grab the possible bot lane gank here again, and then if they're able to do so, they will transition immediately into that Infernal Drake. They are pushed up quite a bit here. It'll be unlikely that they dive here, but likely they shove this in and then rotate over. Now, this is a gank onto the mid lane, and nice flash from Space Marine, able to knock away the Orianna. And now with Pantheon here, that's going to be a flash forward from Orianna, but that's going to be a little too far. Now, this is damage coming out from PCH. He's able to find the one. Now, Nikolai is going to look to grab it onto the Space Marine, but actually Pantheon with the nice flash to be able to get the kill, and Space Marine is going to survive. So now Pantheon 5-0, and he's going to look for another one as Aatrox has teleported in. That stun does land, and Gnar has run down as well. That's a lot of damage. PCH is dominating. He's 6-0 on the Pantheon here with the bot lane roaming up. NIU is going to grab this Infernal Drake, and that Pantheon, 6 minutes into the game, is on a nasty pace of 6 kills in 7 minutes now, so almost a kill per minute, and definitely gonna need to be shut down if you're Ball State. Otherwise, that's a champion that can definitely snowball out of hand, especially with that Infernal Drake. NIU holding a 2,000 gold advantage 7 minutes into this contest, and if they were playing with a bloody pace on Saturday against Central Michigan, this is continuing that pace, if not surpassing it. I want to say that they probably are not surpassing it. I should correct myself there, but they are definitely keeping at that pace. Now, Eclipse is finished already for the Pantheon, so he's already got his mythic item here 7 minutes into the game. I can't understate how important that is, or how impressive that is. Having 6 kills, I apologize, and having your mythic item 7 minutes into the game is going to just enable that champion to run around and just, with the additional lethality, just kind of take out any fight that he really wants to. He's going to now grab that top Rift Scuttler and look to take his blue buff here as well. As we reset, let's look at the map state. It is a 2,000 gold lead for NIU. They are up 4 kills as well as a Drake here as they took the Infernal. Actually, Pantheon's going to be a nice guy, and he's going to donate, PCH is going to donate that blue buff over towards his Syndra here in the mid lane. Nice stun comes through. Now that could be the Mega Gnar ulti, the Gnar, but that's going to actually, nice pull there. Make sure that he gets the slow on through there. Now this is an engage coming from Leona. Flash comes through as not quite staying out in front of the turret. Now that's a lot of damage. This could be even more poke back towards Johnny V, and Lucian and Nautilus there. The side of Ball State thought they might have had that trade well. Now that's going to be a re-engage here onto Leona. Nice ultimate coming through, and this could be the damage. Not going to go through though, as the main target there was Cherry Pops, and Johnny will just barely survive here. Now this could be even more damage. Lucian going to dash forward to his own death, and that was not the right engage if you are a Ball State fan. And Summoner XD doing exactly what he was doing in the bot lane on Saturday. Although, to be fair, he does have the death here, which this is either his first or second death. This will be his 3rd death of the season. Yep. He will die to that Ignite, unfortunately, but that's going to be the Rift Herald dropped in the bot lane. Lucian is coming back, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. No, he will. He'll clear it out. It'll only be a couple of plates going over towards the Pantheon. He's just going to continue to grab this massive farm lead. Now, Lucian's going to try to put some damage onto the Pantheon, and with the flash forward, NIU being a little greedy staying there, that was a bit sloppy, and that's going to be a double kill going over to Lucian, and if Ball State needed something to stay in this game, that is going to be what they needed right there. They are going to be able to shut down the Pantheon, get both the kills onto the Lucian. Now, Nikolai was topside. We were unable to see that because of the fight already. Syndra did knock down her ultimate. The Unleashed Power did come through. But the key thing here is Nikolai backed away. Lanes are back to standard here. And NIU still holding that 2,000 gold advantage, as well as still up 3 kills and that Drake. The next Drake should be spawning here in just about 2 minutes. So we should be seeing that. Chris gonna just roam on up, not gonna find anything, so he'll back away. And now Aatrox is gonna jump on forward Revelations, manning that champion. PCH gonna go ahead and just continue to farm out on this Pantheon. Drake spawning in 1 minute and 15 seconds, and we should see any second now. Looks like this is going to be both junglers posturing towards the bot side. NIU needs to suss out this, or else there might be a gang on their bot lane. Jarvan just sitting in that cliff, but Pantheon is there to counter if this needs to happen. Now this is going to be the engagement. Originally does land on the Kai'Sa, but that's going to be not where you want. There's all the damage. PC is going to slay Cherry Pops here, and that's going to be the flash forward from Jarvan. Not going to be able to follow up, but just with the ADC down for Ball State, this should likely be the second Drake going over towards the side of NIU. They will clear out some division in the river there, and they will roam on over. Well, they might need to take this this turret plate. Nope. Instead, they do go indeed for that dragon. That's yet another kill going over towards the Pantheon. Despite that misstep and overstay on the bot lane there, he now is looking to move past that 7-1. That's going to be the Cloud Drake going over to NIU. So let's see what the soul is. It is the Mountain Soul. So that is a good one for the side of NIU with a little bit of tankiness there. Also good for both. The Cataclysm coming through from Jarvan, and he doesn't want that, because now with Pantheon there, he will just go and get donated the kill. Nice flash from Space Marine to dodge the command shockwave, and NIU able to grab that clean kill and get on out of there. Alpha Squirtle with a nice trade there. Actually, I want to give him full props here, because we talked about earlier how Gnar can be a champion that's hard to play once you're down a kill, and this is now the engage, and Cherry Pops is going to be top right there. And now Nautilus is going to go ahead, and he's going to get a lot of damage here. Will this kill get put onto... Who will get it? They look to be donating it over to the Syndra at this point. So, well done by NIU, donating assists over to everybody except for Gnar, and Syndra grabbing the kill. 1-0-4 on the champion is Space Marine 18. 8-1-2, 13 minutes into the game on this Pantheon is PCH. Finally, Kraken Slayer has been finished by the Lucian. He's actually, this is deceiving. We talked about this a little bit during the game on Saturday, where the Kai'Sa was behind on her mythic item, despite being ahead in the lane. The thing that needs to be talked about there, that's as a flash forward from Leona now onto the stun, onto the Orianna, and we'll just dash away. But this is a lot of damage, and the Lucian does use his culling, able to grab the kill there. 3, 4, and 1 on that Lucian is Cherry Pops. But as I was saying, with the Kai'Sa build that we see Summoner XD going for, where you buy the Serrated Dirt first into your mythic item, it delays the mythic item for long enough that it looks like Kai'Sa is behind when indeed she is not. Now this is a big engage here, as actually Lucian's able to do a lot of damage there, and Kai'Sa will just have to back away, trying to clear the wave to make sure that that tower does not go down here for first tower over to the Lucian. Nautilus is coming around, so we'll see if this is a dive onto the Kai'Sa. Nice dodge away from the Kai'Sa. Now, this is Johnny B getting a little bit of poke damage, but they are going to look for the dive. But wow, what a flash forward from Summoner XD. Knowing that he was probably going to die anyway, he does grab the kill now, and this is now going to put Nautilus in a bad position. Johnny B, you're just going to go ahead and dive to the Syndra. Oriana is going to grab that bot lane turret, so that will be first turret over to, or first brick over to the side of Ball State. And now PCH is going to come top and just get donated this kill with the flash forward. Elf Squirtle also does survive, and 15 to 7 kills, 15 minutes in the game. 4,500 gold differential here. So this game is quickly going in favor of NIU. Definitely not the same lead that they had against Central Michigan, mind you, but it is a game that's they seem to be in control of right now. Not to say that they can't crack, but that's the dive onto Nikolai. He does not have anything to get out of there, and it is going to be yet again the ultimate into there. And actually, that's a nice shockwave. The stun does come through from from Syndra, I apologize, to make sure that Oriana is not able to grab onto Space Marine. But looking back to that fight with Jarvan, we did see that he just got locked down by the Pantheon. Now, this is going to be the second Rift Herald picked up by NIU here. They will likely use that one on the mid lane just to open up the map here. He will go on PCH, and he'll go ahead and back away. 10, 1, and 2 on that champion. Definitely looking like he could be that player of the game so far. Though the bot lane doing exactly what they had done on Saturday. Looking like the players that definitely had that top KDA in the conference. Not going to be able to hold that KDA record with the number of deaths that they've had so far today, but kill participation-wise, they are up there with the top dogs in the conference so far. But PCH definitely making a name for himself so far in this series. Now, if you notice on the map, we do see that Ball State is posturing more towards this first Mountain Drake. They are going to have the advantage there, but with PCH on that Pantheon, he's actually 2 levels ahead. He has the smite advantage here. NIU is going to commit to the teleport here. They do want to commit to the steal. That's going to be the damage coming through. Will they be able to grab this one? They're going to grab one now, as the Oriana does fall. Nice Gnar, as there's Jarvan dying on that one. It's now going to be 2, now 3, now 4 for NIU, and they will go ahead and take that Drake. They'll say thanks for the leash, Ball State, but we will take it from here, and they'll clean up that fight. Lucian, the only one surviving for the side of Ball State, and at 17 minutes, they will start to march it down the mid lane here, will NIU. They'll drop the Rift Herald. They won't even need it for the Tier 1 turret. They will start with the Tier 2 here. They are going to commit to even keeping the Lucian from backing there. That's going to be enough to get the one charge. Unfortunately, not able to keep it from charging on the first one to keep all of its health. They will go ahead and knock down, not quite actually. Oh, yep, there it is. They will knock down that first turret. That's going to be the Moldova resistance. So the Summoner XC is going to slay the Jarvan. Now PCH is going to grab Nautilus. They're going to re-engage here, and that's going to be another kill. It's going to be Lucian going down to Summoner, or sorry, to Space Marine. PCH is going to dive on forward. Actually going to be stolen by Space Marine 18 on the Syndra, as Oriana and Lucian will also fall. Aatrox the only one available. And now at 18 minutes, NIU looking to possibly speedrun this one, already taking a Nexus turret, and they will grab one. With the Demolish procs available, they may be able to take 2. Now that's going to be Bricks actually going to live through that one. And Aatrox now, first will die, but Aatrox is going to fall. Now this is the damage coming through onto the Nexus. And 3:20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, NIU will take game 1 of this. See, oh, they'll look to pad the KDAs a little bit more, and instead they will just go ahead and take that one. So NIU, 27-9 in 19 minutes. One of the quickest games I've ever seen in College League of Legends, outside of speedrun competitions. But yes, NIU going to go ahead and take that one, and we will go to break, and we will be right back with game number 2 of this best of 3 series. Don't leave us here. Though we will go to a bit of an ad break just to get a little bit of the help here. So please, if you would be so kind as to help support us, just stick around through the ad break, and we will be right back in about 3 minutes with this next game of the series. Alright, and we are already back in a champ select for game number 2. And as you see right now, after losing game 1, that'll be the Orange Man. And once again, keeping that away from Alpha Squirtle. And Camille, once again, taking it away from Revolutions. Now, as you see on your screen, Ball State has moved over to the blue side, and NIU is still on, or is now on the red side. Pantheon going to be taken away. No surprise there after how PCH piloted that champion last game. Definitely winning player of the game. Let's see if he can keep it up for player of the series and get that prestigious interview afterwards tonight. Seraphine going to be taken away from NIU. They're going to run back those same bans, it looks like. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, after a game as dominant as the last one for them, you definitely want to take what you already have and what worked, and you do not iterate on that. You just keep it going. If they run back that draft, they can't run back the draft because of the Pantheon, but if they ran back those picks and bans, I would not be surprised. And there's going to be the Kaisa. So as they are on the red side, they are not going to let that one go over to Ball State. They'll elect to go into the probably the Jin Lucian or the Jin Misfortune or some combination of those in the matchup here. We will see, and it is Anivia, as always. We talked about last time why you do not let that champion through for Space Marine 18, and it is going to be the Jin that that Ball State will elect to play for this contest. It is one of the stronger picks here, and as we expected, it was going to be Lucian, Jin, Misfortune, Jin, some combination of the two. It looks like Lucian is going to be the one that gets chosen to be played. Now, Alpha Squirtle is going to go ahead and pick up the Olaf for PCH. I would imagine that goes there. It's kind of funny, interestingly enough. Olaf being in a good spot is not PCH's favorite thing. Frankly, doesn't like playing the champion, but you know what? We will take what it is. It's a strong champion. It'll be good for what they want to play here, and so they will play it even if it's not his favorite to play. Graves going to be indeed the champion picked up next here for the side of Ball State. They will go ahead and throw Nicoli on that one, hoping to get the better matchup into the Olaf here than they had in the Pantheon versus Jarvan matchup last time. So, I think what we noticed last time is that the Jarvan isn't terribly strong, and it might have been a pick as Darius is there going to be the pickup here. So kind of playing a little bit more solo queue style here. And now the Gangplank is the hover into the Darius, but will he get to play it? Urgot the hover right now. Irelia now the switch. Urgot is definitely one that Alpha Squirtle likes to play here. He also likes that Kennen, but it is going to be the Gnar. He'll just go ahead and suck up that Pride, take the Gnar matchup here, and that'll be the matchup up in the top lane now. Like I was saying earlier, it's the matchup here with the Darius that definitely a strong solo queue type of champion, but isn't always the strongest in this organized type of play, as you can definitely layer that crowd control a little bit better onto it. Also, with the nerfs on 11.2, didn't take him out of the S tier, but definitely much lower power than he was prior to 11.2. Leona going to be taken away from the side of NIU. Now Rel going to be the answer into that one. Kind of an interesting one here. Hard to hear me with the leak line sound. Thank you. I have that a little loud. I forgot about that. Thank you. We have the Leona actually being banned away means that the Rel really doesn't have as much value. So it's an interesting lock of a ban here to keep that one up. But Galio going to be what's taken away from the side, or by the side of NIU. We will see if they are able to what they want to do with that one. So a little bit more long range engage and keep you in the fight. So it's kind of the counter initiation there. Blitzcrank going to be banned away. Definitely looking like a game where NIU may pick towards the bot side here, play towards the bot side a little bit more, just like they did last game. But with the ban away of the Blitzcrank, that's going to be another champion that they can't use down there. Interestingly enough, that leaves up things like the Thresh or the Morgana. So still some strong supports, and Luck's going to be the pickup That could definitely be something for Johnny V. It could also be Manamelon, as I'm guessing that's going to be Lux in the mid lane, since we are seeing Johnny V hover the. Okay, well, we're going to see a Vel'Koz support in the organized play here. Definitely going for lane domination in all of their roles here. Going for comfort is the side of Ball State, and the choice between the two hook champions. We've got Nautilus, we've got Thresh. Nautilus is currently the hover and will be the one locked in. So definitely the tanky engager for the side of NIU. As they swap around the champions here, it's going to be on the side of Ball State. It will be Darius, Graves, Lux, Jhin, Vel'Koz. And on the side of NIU, it'll be Olaf, Gnar, Orianna, Lucian, and Nautilus. Now, who do you think won the draft on this one? After last game's performances, you got to hope that you're hoping to see a closer game, something a little more. I think that this could do it. This could allow Ball State to kind of have that closer type of laning phase. But if you're an NIU fan, which hopefully most of you here are, then you're hoping that they're able to take exactly what they did last game and really just cement that victory early on and keep moving it forward. We are going to be in 3 minutes into game, so we're going to continue to take a look at that one. We'll break down exactly what happened in that last game. Well, we can say that it was Pantheon getting ahead and just continuing to snowball. But what we kind of said was that even in Champ Select, we kind of mentioned that Ball State's composition last game really didn't have much in the way of disengage. And that was, I think, where the larger problem with that team comp came in. NIU could opt into the fights that they wanted, but they had a sufficient disengage to opt out of the fights they didn't want. It didn't really seem like there was any way, aside from Orianna hitting a shockwave and running away, for the side of Ball State to disengage from any fights that they did not want to take. Looking onto this team comp, NIU continues to have the engage. They are now the ones with the ball delivery system in the Nautilus, Orianna, Gnar combo. Olaf also able to go in, and NIU in this case doesn't really have as much of the disengage either. Though looking at it, once again, we're seeing Ball State look for a comp that is complete engage. We see the Lux there for snares, the Jhin there for the follow-up damage, Vel'Koz there for snares and damage of his own. Darius is a split pushing champ that's just going to look to team or to split push then team fight and really grab that high amounts of sustained damage. But yeah, looking great for team fights and early skirmishes is NIU. I would agree. I think that we've got a very interesting comp. And Eddie Mechanics already calling it. He's going to say that NIU is 100% going to take that dub. I like the enthusiasm. I like the real confidence in that one. Now, we do have just about, looks like we've got a minute and 1 second. We'll let that time continue to go forward. But yeah, with just about a minute left until we get into game number 2 of this best of 3 series, we should be ready to get into game any minute now, or we should be ready to have this series, I should say, continue any minute now. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the broadcast so far. Let us know if you have any feedback in terms of anything with the broadcast, anything with the you want to chat in the chat. We'll definitely actually get back to you. If you are liking anything that you're seeing on the broadcast, or if there's any changes that we need to make in order to make it a better viewing experience, please let us know. Let's go ahead and we will be getting into game very shortly, so I'm going to take just a breath before we get in, and we will be back with game number 2 of this best of 3 series. All right, we should be in any second now. Let me just real quick change how big Ball State's logo is. I know it's a little small on there for you, but we're looking at how this game so far is going. Anything notable that we need to address? All right, here we go, and we have something to note. We do see the Conqueror on the Darius as expected. Phase Rush on the Graves going from top to bottom here. It is it is not the teleport Darius, which you would see in a competitive game. And now this could be a pick-off onto NIU. And yeah, we're just going to see PCH flash away here. So he will have to be mindful of that one. Let's switch that for you. And now a little bit of damage onto Space Marine. As there is the engage, all is 5-man unit. NIU will back away. They'll have all the health, but that is a big flash blown by Olaf, having to get out of there, just trying to hold in the 5-man. We do notice that we're seeing the same types of items across the board here, except we do see now the Chilling Smite on for Olaf. We instead see the Doran's Ring for Lux, as well as the health potions. And then we're looking at the Spell Thieves, it looks like, on the... Is that the current name of it? Yeah, the Spell Thieves Edge on the Vel'Koz, as expected. Now, this is warded, so NIU is going to be known to... actually, both sides will know where the junglers are and started, and both sides will figure out that there is that ward. Or, well, actually, looking at that, it might actually not be known to Ball State that they are sitting on a ward. Now, this will be Darius really early, just trying to get a nice bleed passive. Now, this is where that nerf does come through, as the Olaf is going to come here, and that'll already be the flash coming out from Gnar, and as well as the ghost coming out from Darius. Now, Smite comes through. This is a level 2 Olaf and a level 1, and there's first blood for Darius, as that is the lane bully type of champion, and unfortunate that NIU is going to drop first blood on that one, and we could see that snowball as Darius can bully the lane. Now, that gives that 600 gold difference is a little bit of CS, and then also the large 600 gold from the first blood. Olaf actually donating over his red buff to the Darius here. Unfortunately, he's going to lose that because of the early death. Though Flash has been blown by both top laners, so this likely won't be Darius going back in, and he did back and grab that longsword. So with that in mind, it really isn't the biggest advantage. He didn't really push that advantage any further than it already was, but with that item advantage, it will be rough lane for the side of Darius, or Alpha Squirtle on the Darius. Looking on through, this is going to be a gank towards the bot side, and this is not warded out. There's a flash forward. The disengage does come through from Vel'Koz, but that's not going to be enough. The flash forward from Jhin, he will get the kill, but then it will be answered on by the Olaf here, and he's going to continue. This is a Vel'Koz that's out of mana, and Olaf has his mana, so this could be a dive. Now, the teleport does come through, and Olaf is just going to go a little too far forward, and he will die. Mana Melon is going to flash and teleport, and that's going to be a kill going through onto the Lucian. And at this point, we do see that NIU is down 3 kills, 4-1 at this point, and down 1,500 gold early on in this game, just like they were up that much last game. So NIU going to have to kind of mentally reset. Graves is posturing up top towards the gank onto the Gnar. He does walk away. He will find the Olaf here at the Raptors camp. Olaf's just going to go ahead and finish off his... No, he'll walk on towards and try to bully him out of the jungle. But, yeah, we'll see now just the disengage coming through. This is going to be an engage on from the Darius. He is able to land the Noxian Guillotine as well as the pull back in there. However, he's down a level here. Gnar able to do some good farming, and when Darius did back for that. Now, Graves is going to be caught out here. He is down a level, but this is now the Orianna helping out here. Smite does come through to keep him alive, and that's going to be another kill onto the Olaf, and as much as PCH was playing really well last game, this Olaf is not playing very well from behind, and that is the dash forward. Still lands even through the knock up there from the Vel'Koz, but that's going to be enough to get the kill. Will it be? There it is. As Summoner XD will grab the kill onto Cherry Pops. Now, this is a lot of damage back onto the Vel'Koz. He has the level advantage as well as the mana advantage here. And Summoner XD, how are you going to get out of that one? That's going to be the dash forward. Now the double tap does come through. Will he be able to grab this one? As now this is Summoner XD. Oh, I wanted to watch that fight. But we do see that now Lucian and Vel'Koz are continuing this fight. But Summoner XD is out of mana. Spells are missing from the Vel'Koz. Now this is enough. That's going to be the kill here with Olaf and Graves getting there at the same time. But it's going to be a lot of damage coming back, and this Vel'Koz is already 3-0-1. This is definitely why at the lower elos, a lot of people don't consider this champion a support. They consider it an AP carry in the bot lane, even if it is playing at the support role, because it is already 3-0-1, and the amount of damage that we are seeing come out from this Vel'Koz is quite a bit. But NIU's comp does scale decently well with the Orianna, the Gnar. Olaf is going to continue to scale out some of these if he's able to get back into this game. But Vel'Koz also quite ahead, and this is a lot of the early game that is already going in favor of Ball State, and now up to almost 3,000 gold advantage 7 minutes into this game, so almost actually exceeding the pace at which NIU was winning the game by last game in this series. NIU going to have to find some way to stem the bleeding. Now this is the teleport coming through from Orianna. The ball does not land. That's the flash forward. Now this is going to be the shockwave coming through, and this is Orianna finding just enough. They're not going to be able to shut down the Vel'Koz, but they are able to find another kill onto the Jhin, which is enough to get NIU a little bit of room to breathe in this one. Graves now going to go ahead and look to engage onto the Orianna with the Lux roaming down, but Olaf not able to help out here since he is just covering the mid lane. NIU's bot lane does have to get out of here, as they are now, that's good dash away from the Lucian, but does not have the culling. Otherwise, he probably would have taken that one. That's a lot of damage onto Crix, but not enough to get him down with the what is that? Final Spark, I believe. The Final Spark does come through from the Lux here. Despite having the advantage and NIU's bot lane backing away, it doesn't look like Ball State is going to opt in towards this Infernal Drake. Likely could have been something that would have really pushed their advantage. NIU, if they're able to take advantage of that, might be able to get back in here. Now, this is going to be the Ghost coming through. Flash comes through as well from the Darius, and that's going to be the pull does land. The hop did come through already. Now, Olaf is going to not be there in time, and that is the ultimate coming through and getting the kill. That's actually now the shutdown, though, as a good engage from the bot lane of NIU, and Vel'Koz will be shut down. So while Darius gets the kill up in the top lane and moves himself to 2-0, we do see that the bot lane for NIU is able to get their first kill onto this Vel'Koz and shut him down and get some of that gold back into their own coffers. 8-4, 9 minutes into this game. NIU slightly pulling back this gold lead, as it is now only a... ooh, that's a nice dash. Now the stun does come through with the passive there, and is it going to be enough? It is not, as there goes the stun. NIU does not have enough mana on their ADC here. Now this is a flash forward from Graves. He'll be able to grab that kill, and Crix could be in a bad position. He'll be able to just land the Drudge line out. Mana Melon is now going to just take a fight into Space Marine. Space Marine will get out of that one. Does not have the Shockwave. Mana Melon is out of mana, but does land the Final Spark. Wow, nicely done. And 10-4 in favor of Ball State. They have that 3,000 gold advantage once again, and now they're able to just take some of this jungle from the side of NIU. Did they complete that steal? That's the question. We will see when we get a vision of Olaf. let's go ahead and check that. We'll see real quick. Did they end up getting that as nice hop away from the Darius here? It does look like they did not get the blue buff, so it goes over to Graves, and he will have stolen that successfully. Also, in that bot lane fight, Graves was able to take the Infernal Drakes, so Ball State finds themselves up a dragon, as well as up these 6 kills and up this 3,000 gold, so not quite where you want to be if you're NIU. It's unfortunate that that they have fallen this far behind, but obviously they can come back in this series, or in this game I should say. They're already up in the series. And like we had mentioned earlier, a lot of these champions seem to be a little bit more early game oriented, so we'll see if NIU is able to kind of pull it back together in the team fights. Their team fighting has seemed to be more clean, as that was a nice try. The dredge line does not land. Now this is the stun onto Crix. He's going to go ahead and just walk on out of there with his iron skin. I know that's not the name of the ability, but he will get that shield and then walk away. Darius is going to go ahead and start up this Rift Herald. It does look like that is going to be finished off with the Graves and the Lux roaming up as well now. So actually Lux is just going to back off of that one, clear out this control ward, and it'll go over towards the Graves and the Darius. Press that advantage, and like we mentioned, they're looking to just continue to push these wave and lane advantages and see if they can't play it out that way. Olaf is coming through. This is now Nautilus also with the Hex Flash, and the slow does come through. Stun does as well, but with the curtain call, this is flash forward now. This could be enough. The culling does land onto Vel'Koz. This is going to be 2 now. Actually, Final Spark does get the return kill onto the Olaf, but NIU able to grab 2 and shut down the bot lane from the side of Ball State. The Eye of the Herald did go over towards the Graves, so he's going to have that advantage. And Olaf, despite starting 1-3 or 0-3, something along those lines, I'm mistaken here, but he's up to 3-4, and NIU, like we keep saying, is starting to close in some of those advantages that Ball State had been starting to run up. Even though the gold is still pretty far spread, it is important to note that the more that NIU is able to come back here, that is going to be Smite coming through from Nikolai to make sure that that does not live. And nicely done, hitting the Eye of the Herald to make sure that they don't get that second turret or the second charge off. Darius is here. Nice. Oh, that did not land into the wall. And actually, wow, nicely dodged by Alpha Squirtle, as he was able to get the stun off and then get inside of that outer ring of the Noxian Guillotine, and then from there go straight. Oh, that's going to be Summoner XD dying to the Final Spark, and that's exactly what Lux does with that long range ultimate. But anyway, Alpha Squirtle was able to just get away from that that engage by the Darius. Ghost is used by him as well. Olaf that's gonna be a flash forward from into the dredge line. Vel'Koz is caught here. He's gonna use his stopwatch. Probably not necessary. Could have probably saved that for another day, but NIU gonna pick up the kill. And despite being down about 4,000 gold right now, they're looking to find ways back into this game, and they're taking some of these fights. And they need to shut down that Lux. If you notice on the Lux, we do see that she doesn't just have the Dark Seal anymore. She has grabbed the, to go with the Luden's Tempest, she has that, that, I believe, that's not Morellonomicon, that is, oh my goodness. How many pages? The Magi's Soul Stealer is what it is, and that's what she has 5 or 6 pages in already. Gale Force Jin, though this is going to be the Command Shockwave. Nice flash from Mana Melon, but I believe he is going to go ahead and die here. Now this is going to be Olaf just going forward, and he's going to continue to throw it on through, but the laser does come through from Vel'Koz, and that'll be the trade kill right on back. So now that's the dash forward, and flash nicely done by Lucian to get out of that one. They will have to give up, NIU will, this Drake here. Flash forward coming through from Lucian, or from Jin, but able to find that one. Looked like he might have missed some of those shots, but it does just barely connect, and he'll be able to grab the kill. 3, 4, and 3 on the Jin is Cherry Pops. The Lucian able to use the Gale Force effectively, both of these ADCs to close the gap. NIU needing to find, we keep saying they're starting to come back, and then Ball State, give them credit where credit is due. They are doing a good job of shutting down these advantages when NIU starts to build their leads right back. We did notice that the Lux was shut down. She currently has 0 pages in that book of the Magi Soul Stealer. So NIU doing a good job of keeping her under wraps. But now it is the bounties onto the Darius and onto the Jhin for the side of Ball State. Stun not going to land there. We're going to continue to see how this one plays out. Does look like Johnny V is going to... bot lane is going to swap to the top lane for the side of Ball State, and they will step on a ward so they'll know that that's happening. Now, the mid lane is going to be the party for NIU, because as you know, there's no party like a mid lane party. And we're going to see now Orianna roam down towards the bot lane, see if she can't take out this Darius. Getting a nice influx of gold onto the Orianna would be exactly what they want, but we'll step on to a Jhin trap. Gnar just going to be forced to sit under turret farm here. Is going to get hit by that Q. Now this is going to be the Ghost out from the Darius. He'll be forced to use that one, and nicely done. Now Crix could find himself in a bad spot here as Graves has found him out. Now, that's a nice dredge line, but with the ultimate coming through from Graves, that'll be a pick onto Crix, and NIU now kind of just bleeding some of these objectives out. And there's the advantage. Nice flash coming through from Alpha Squirtle, but with the Graves there, he may still die. This is a nice stun onto... Oh, wow. The final spark comes through, as does the stun. Now, this could be a nice enough slow. Nikolai could die here. He does go down to the Gnar, but it is across map a 2 for 2 with the additional earlier kill. Now, this is a TP coming through from Orianna. Will she be able to get there in time? She's going to go ahead and try to run on the Jhin, but with Johnny V there, it will be not enough. But they are going to go right back towards there. There's the flash away from Johnny V. The Ragnarok does come through, and there's just the burst damage onto Olaf, as once he presses Ragnarok, he really has to kind of just go on in. And this is exactly kind of what we were talking about in Champ Select with the team comps, where NIU, both teams kind of looking for full engage here, and that's just going to be a pick onto Space Marine Manamelon 7-2-0 with that Lux already. But NIU kind of doesn't really have many advantages they can come back on here. 19 to 10. They are down about 5,000 CS. Now, this is a nice dredge line. Could be the pick onto the Lux. That is going to be the pick onto the Lux. Now, Graves could be the next target, and instead he will back away, and NIU will look to take this. Well, let's try to steal the Rift Herald. That's going to be the next ping. There's going to be the opportunity. They will walk on forward for this one, dodging out from these Vel'Koz damages. Now, it looks like Ball State will opt to just take that one. NIU will opt to take the healing plant, and will just walk away and give up that Rift Herald. Be forced to in this case, but they'll look to possibly take the advantage here. Now that does die, so this is now going to be a lot of damage onto Crix. Will it be the... There's a nice shockwave. That's going to be enough to get Nikolai here. And NIU going to throw down the Ragnarok. Johnny V is going to find himself in a bad position, and this could be the start of the comeback for NIU if you want to. They are going to go and grab the kills here. The teleport does go down to the bot lane from Gnar, so he's going to be... Or actually, teleport was already used a little bit ago, so he won't be able to join, but that's okay because he will grab that bot lane tier 1 turret. They'll even out the turrets here. They will grab a couple of kills, and NIU now looking to try to posture towards this first of the Mountain Drakes. They could, it'll delay the soul if they do end up giving up soul. It'll also give them the opportunity to take soul of their own, and you got to start somewhere. So that's going to be a little bit of damage on a Manamelon on that Lux. We'll be backing away here, and NIU will just start up this Drake. Will Ball State elect to engage on this one? They will, and that's going to be a stun onto Jhin. Now, a lot of damage does come through. the Shockwave not available yet. Manamela does take out Crix. PCH now going to die as well, and NIU not really layering that. That is going to be the Gnar grabbing the Drake, though. Nice Mega Gnar ulti there, but that is just going to be the cleanup crew coming through. And Orianna actually might get out of here. He's going to be able to land the stun. A nice flash forward for the ultimate from Darius there. And that's going to be the ace in favor of Ball State. And they're actually going to try to start up this Baron without their jungler. He's got the Herald. We'll walk through turrets here. But it will be just enough that they will just grab this this Baron. Now, the one thing that is a positive here for your NIU on that fight, even though they did get ace, they were able to take the objective and grab that Drake, so they will deny the soul for at least a little longer. But that's about the only positive you can take from that fight. They didn't really get any of the kills that they wanted, and they were aced in the end by the team of Ball State here. And I'm just going to have to find a way to ward off these Baron buffed up minions here. It's going to be tough. They've got some wave clear here with the Orianna and Gnar, but it looks like they will just send Olaf to the top lane to try to clear out one of these waves, and the Lucian is going to sit in the mid lane here. Does look like Ball State's just going to push out this this mid lane. They could grab at least one, if not two turrets in the mid lane there, as Darius is going to be pushing on the bot lane, so NIU going to have to send Gnar to answer there. And yeah, just going to be Graves walking in and stealing some of the jungle there for stealing one of the Raptors there from the side of NIU. Now, here is Ball State just pushing on through the mid lane. It's going to be the Eye of the Herald put down there. Rift Herald going to be summoned into the mid lane and won't even have to charge on the tier 2. We'll see if NIU is able to... There's the curtain call as well, so they'll just be forced off of this one, and this is going to be their mid inhibitor turret going down. Very likely there. Now, nice Shockwave. Is it going to be enough? The Rift Herald does tank some of that damage, and not going to be enough from the side of NIU, as the culling, a couple of the shots went into the Rift Herald and not into the Ball State team. They'll grab this inhibitor, but Mega Gnar is on cooldown, it looks like, so he is he's just a little bit tired out. But when he does come back, we'll see if they want to engage. And it looks like Ball State is just going to try to systematically take out the top lane turret now. There's a little bit of damage going through onto the Nautilus, but Jhin taking a little bit of damage there. Not going to be too much, and now that's going to be a stun onto the Olaf, as Stray Pops will take one turret shot, but it's going to be the flash right into the final spark for Olaf. But nice stun. Oh, does only land on a 1, and this could be Gnar in a bad spot, as Nikolai caught on the side of the fight, but Nautilus is going to continue to run down this Jhin, but won't be able to get it, and instead it will just be the kill going on over towards Jhin on that one. And are you just not able to follow up with their damage, as that was a little bit of a split call on who they should focus. Cherry Pop's going to take one turret shot there to just escort in the wave, and they will take this or this top lane, sorry, tier 2 turret with the Baron buff expired. So NIU will have the wave clear available to them. Now Mega Gnar is available, and as well as teleport is, but there's not really a flank ward here. Lux is staying a little too long, but we'll see if they're able to grab the Graves. No, they won't. He'll be able to complete the back, and the stun does not land on anybody, but it will just be Orianna actually going to continue to run on this one, but with that slow coming through from Lux, it seems like that'll be the end of that fight. So now, 12 kills up is the side of Ball State, as well as they're up about 6,000 gold 24.5 minutes into this game. NIU also down 4 turrets. Sorry, not 6,000 gold. They're about 8,000 gold behind. But the second Mountain Drake is spawning here. NIU going to look to take it. That's going to be a poke onto the Vel'Koz, and NIU's going to have to get a pick here. The teleport did just come through from the Orianna, seeing if she can't get into this fight quick enough. Graves is off to the side a little bit, but Mega Gnar almost available here. We'll see, and that's a... Wow, that landed onto Lucian. That did not look like it landed, but Olaf just going to be on the wrong side here. He's going to not be able to get that kill. Oh, just the heal enough to get the Graves and the Darius out there, and it will be the third Drake going over towards Ball State. And the desperation play was very close there from NIU. They almost were able to take back, but yeah, Gnar not even going to use his ultimate there, or not even going to use his teleport there to get down to the fight, as the advantage is quite heavily in Ball State's court right now. That's a pick. Just barely does not land on Orianna. That would have been a dead Orianna with the final spark available for the Lux. Again, she's just fishing for ultimates here. The cooldown is so short on that one. There's another one used, and Graves going to just force away this Gnar from the fight. Now you're going to look to hold this this turret here. It's going to go down too quickly. That's actually... Wow, there is Gnar just getting blown up. Olaf going to try to flank here and not going to be able to find anything, and that'll be pretty much all she wrote on this one, is I don't really see any foreseeable way back into this game for NIU, as unfortunate as that may be. I think they've realized that this might be kind of the style of gameplay that Ball State is going to opt into. A little bit more of this solo lane, more laner-focused style. But obviously, as with all games, there is the chance that Ball State could throw here. A Baron fight that isn't, taken correctly, something to that end. Though Graves is up 2 levels on the Olaf, and IU is just going to have to keep trying until they can hold this. Looks like Ball State is going to start up this, or at least posture towards this second Baron for themselves. Instead, they choose to just back away from it. Olaf going to continue to farm to just try to get that level back. He's going to be spotted out by the Scrying Ward, and he'll instead just walk on back. Darius is pushing the bot lane. He does not have teleport available, so NIU would have an advantage on this Baron fight if they do choose to do so. Now, Gnar does have his teleport available. Does look like Ball State has started up this Baron. Could be enough, as they will just back away. They're just trying to bait NIU in. That's a nice little stun onto the Nautilus, and there it is, the final spark, and it's dead Nautilus. That does half of his health bar with 1 ultimate from the Lux. And as one of the tankiest members of the team here, there's not much they can do if they get caught in that Lux ultimate. They just die. But they are going to look for the pick. That's going to be a nice flash on from Manamelon. And Culling lands onto a couple, but Ragnarok now landed, and Nikolai is just going to back away, as is the side of NIU. The healing is reduced, and for that reason, Olaf just kind of gets blown up. Lux did flash, so that is the availability of a pick onto the side. And Lucian not going to be able to find enough damage onto Jhin. Jhin almost picked off there, but now Lucian is on the wrong side of this. There's a flash forward, and Flash from Cherry Pops is able to grab the kill onto Lucian and the heal, but Lucian making a valiant effort there, not using his heal, or heal was not available, but Flash was available. There was the chance at a Dredge line, doesn't land. And NIU just looking to back away and try to hold these lanes until their ADC comes back in 22 seconds. Looks like Ball State will be willing to do so as well, since they have the Baron available to them now if they want to take it. They also have the Mountain Drake, the possible soul for them coming back in just about a minute and a half. So Gnar, we do see now finishing off, getting to level 16. He's the first one in the game to do so. So he will have that advantage. Now, Olaf is going to get picked up by this Darius. Will it be enough? The flash comes through. There's going to be the dash forward, and the pick comes through onto the Darius, and that could be something that NIU wants if they're going to try to contest for this Mountain Soul here. As Gnar now in a bad spot, he's going to be able to just hop away though. And, oh, nice flash forward, back onto the damage onto the Vel'Koz. Could be enough. No, he will just, he's going to die on this one, as that's going to be a 2v1. Now, Lux is going to get the damage onto the Nautilus. Flash comes forward. Mana Melon is just going to go ahead and land another flash, or another dash. But wow. Final Spark misses, but Crix, again, almost out of health once again. Now, dash forward does come through. This is going to be a flash forward. Mana Melon is not dead yet. Nice dash. Lucian is finally going to be able to shut down Mana Melon here, and that's going to actually be NIU starting up the Baron. Olaf just doing it solo here. Even though it's warded, he will back away. Now Lucian is going to take a lot of damage here. Nicely done, able to shut down the Graves, but Vel'Koz will be there to follow it up. And this will mean that NIU will likely give up this Mountain Soul. Although with Olaf available, he could run in and steal. He does have Smite, whereas Ball State does not. That's going to be teleport available now for them. Olaf is dead, but now NIU going to try to re-engage onto the fight. Blue team does grab the soul, but Nautilus here tries to grab the kill. He does grab the kill onto Vel'Koz. Now, Revelation is going to take some damage. He's going to be able to flash away his Orianna now. This is Gnar getting a lot of damage. The Mega Gnar ulti does come through. Nautilus is going to grab the kill, though. And will they be able to chase onto this Jhin? Jhin will just back away. Crix is low, and Lux is available, so they will just back away. Wow. Just with the shield is enough to stay alive. About 20 health there from the Nautilus. Now, just a lot of damage there onto Orianna. Onto Jhin from the Orianna. But NIU now is going to be facing a Ball State team that has a shield coming back every time that they are out of combat for at least, I believe it's 5 seconds. So NIU facing, as they have all game, an uphill battle. But at this point in the game, this 8,000 gold lead, which has actually closed a bit, is starting to become less and less relevant, because with a good fight, NIU can take a Baron. They could take Elder Drake when it spawns in 6 minutes. It looks like Ball State, to try to counteract that, will try to take the Baron now. But with the same idea, NIU with a steal or with a Baron power play or a good fight could theoretically come back in this game, as it has started to stall out a little bit. If you're Ball State, you'd hope to have finished off the game by now, as this is just a little bit of a possibility of a pick coming through onto Olaf. It does not land, so he's able to walk on out of there. But NIU going to now posture on forward with the Gnar. Vision Battle does come through over this Baron pit, and it will be started up now by Ball State. Olaf going to go ahead and just put a little bit of poke to see if they're doing it. They are indeed. And that dash, or that pull, does not land. NIU going to look for a Miracle Steal quite possibly here. And they do not get it. Jhin is able to grab it. That's going to be a nice amount of damage, as NIU is not able to grab this one right back. And this could be the game, as Mega Gnar should be available any second now. Shield comes through, and they will back off. It'll be Lucian and Olaf dead for NIU. And I think that was likely all that, all the chances that NIU had to steal that. There was a valiant effort with the Smite. Did not land because of the level disadvantage there. So NIU now going to have to face a Mountain Soul Baron empowered Ball State team with all 5 members, with their juggle and ADC dead for another 5 seconds. That is a large chunk of damage, though, that goes down onto Johnny V. Shield comes through from the Lux. Gnar has Mega available in half a second here. And Olaf looks to possibly want to engage on this one. Now that's going to be dash forward. And Mega Gnar is through. The stun comes through, but there's no ulti stuns either. Olaf just going to dash on towards the back. And Summoner XD does take Graves out, but Mana Melon grabs the Olaf. Cherry Pops grabs Summoner XD. Crix is going to just get under turret. Orianna's dead as well. That one is going to be another kill onto Jhin. Will get the triple kill. And we will have ourselves a game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, as NIU and Ball State will go towards game number 3 in this best of 3 series. All right. That is odd that it froze. But we will be back in just a minute to watch game number 3 of this best of 3. We hope that if you guys are coming over from the career lecture series, we hope that you guys enjoyed that broadcast as well. We are still here going into game number 3 of this series. We'll go on into a break, but when we're back, we will have all the action for you in that game. right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys just were hearing some silver scrapes because we are into game number 3 of this best of 3 series, and we are already into picks and bans, and my apologies as the lights have turned off on me again, but it's going to be Camille and Orn. The first 2 bans of every game so far are the first 2 bans of this one once again. Darius going to be picked off from the side of NIU. They do not want to face that one again. They are trying to mitigate this lane-dominant focus. And it's actually going to be Pantheon taken away from the side of Ball State, which leaves open that Lux. Those were the 2 problems. The Jhin as well, though that can be taken away or can be mitigated with Kaisa. So I know you're going to opt into this type of matchup here, taking those lane-focused picks out of the game. Anivia, once again, going to be taken away from Space Marine 18, which leaves open, once again, that Kaisa pick for the side of NIU. We'll see. Will the... it's not the Pantheon. Pantheon's going to be taken away. I guess that is a good point, thinking about it. That was what got really the huge lead in game number 1 for the side of NIU. So, my apologies. Moving in to game number 3 here, it's going to be Kaisa on the one side versus Jhin, the matchup that we've been waiting for the entire time. We've been expecting that this matchup would come through at some point, and it does. My apologies. Let's get this back behind. But now it's going to be the Graves and the Jhin. So 2 of those picks that were strong in game number 2 for Ball State will be picked right back up. We'll see what NIU has to answer here. Obviously, last time, the thing is, Olaf was picked first into, and then Graves was picked into it. The question is, does Ball State want to play this Graves matchup regardless of what it's played into? And it apparently is, yes. And Udir's what's going to be picked up into it. So, PCH, not really liking the pick that he got last game in that Olaf. He won't elect to go back onto it. I wouldn't blame him. He'll go towards one of his favorite picks, one of those comfort picks in the jungle. It'll be the one that Trick2G popularized way back when. It's the Udyr. So Kaisa, Udyr, and then once again, Alpha Squirtle's going to be piloting that Gnar. So if you happen to watch this some point in time, you're not going to like this series. But Manamelon going to pick up the Vel'Koz once again. Johnny V could be playing that one. Could also be a mid laner, more than likely down in the bot lane again with that Jhin. Really sets up for the Jhin stuns to land with that long-range poke. So far, aside from the Darius and the Lux that were banned away by NIU, Ball State's looking to play the same comp that they played last game. The question becomes, NIU probably knows that this is the style that they want to play. They want to play that long range, and they're going to take out the Galio. So how will NIU answer this lane domination style of play? Looks like it's with the Gnar to really, in the top lane, to say, you know what, we'll give you, that lane competition. And to be honest, looking at it, there's really not a huge number of champions that really are going to be lane dominant that are left in the matchup anyway. With Darius, Camille, and now Irelia taken out of the picture, Gnar isn't in too terrible of a position here. We'll see what Ball State elects to play into it. Could likely be something like a Malphite. There you go. Something that has been S tier throughout the preseason. I don't know that I'd consider it quite as high of tier. Although, with a couple of knockups here, the question is, does Ball State go full solo queue style and opt into a Yasuo here? That could be the question on their minds. I'm doubtful of it, but we will see. It's going to be Pyke played for the side of NIU. They want something that can really have agency into that Vel'Koz, really get the picks, and they're going to pick up the Pyke. So they will be sharing the gold, and he's made his list, and NIU is on it. So what will the last pick they need here is going to be for the mid lane. What is it going to be that Space Marine will be piloting in this pivotal game number 3? It looks like it's going to be the Syndra. They'll go back to the Syndra, and they will just play a safer scaling style of composition. Something he looked comfortable on in game number 1, and it looks like it is going to be the Cassiopeia. as the hover here. Although there it is. It could be the Yasuo or the Yone played into it here. And instead, it looks like it'll be the Ari. So again, lane domination is the name of the game for Ball State. They want to play it very much in your typical solo queue fashion. Um, we'll see if that's it's a clash of styles here that we will see how it impacts the entire game. Blue, thank you. We've got Blue throwing out the 3 NIUs. We've got Wolf's Blood throwing out the 1 NIU. If you guys have the Doggers emote or the In My Sights emote, feel free to throw them out. And if you don't have them, why don't you? Why aren't you supporting NIU? No, of course. We know that it's not always everybody's able. But if you have Twitch Prime and you're not already subbing to somebody, please feel free to support us. You get a free sub every month. It's new every month. You can throw it at us each month if you want. You can use it for 1 month and then go somewhere else if you want. But we would appreciate any support that you guys do. If you sub, you'll be able to use that emote that Blue and Wolf's Blood are throwing out right now, which is the Legacy logo emote. If you sub at the Supporter Plus tier, that's at $10. Then, excuse me, wow, excuse me. At that Supporter Plus tier, then you're going to get access to the Doggers emote, which you'll see in chat. It'll be from 2 minutes ago, what I sent in there. But then also, if you sub at tier 3, if you're that generous and you want to subscribe at tier 3, we really appreciate it. That's going to be at Supporter Ultimate tier, and Supporter Ultimate tier is also going to unlock the nice little In My Sights emote. There it is. And so, with that in mind, if you don't mind supporting us in any way, shape, or form, if you guys have noticed, down at the bottom, that's right, bottom left of the screen, down there, during the games, you've been seeing little advertisements, not really ads, but little call-outs for different events we're running for our different social medias. Just give us a follow on them. Help us out as much as you can. And then we promise you is that we will keep you up to date on all things NIU esports and each of the games, because we're playing 2 games a week in League of Legends. We're going to be playing 2 games on Thursday nights of Overwatch when that season starts here in a few weeks. So we'll get you more of those details as well. And then we've also got our Varsity Rocket League team. We've got the club doing things. And all of that stuff just goes to show you how much we've got here going for you guys, and we'd love to really we'd love to really help you guys out and really get that support. And since we have a little bit of time, we might as well let's give it. I usually want to save this for a little later, but we will actually say it a little bit earlier. We're going to go ahead and just give you a little bit of our spiel since I have a couple minutes. And so we're really thankful that you're here and watching today. And as always, just go ahead and follow up on our social media. We've got Twitter, we've got Facebook, we've got Twitch, we've got Instagram, we've got YouTube, we've got Discord. If you're not following us or with us in any of those platforms, feel free to do so. If you'd like to subscribe to our Twitch and support, that helps. Anything helps. And every, like we've said, any Prime members get a free sub. So please consider us today or in the future. And then prospective students and current students, if you or anyone you know wants to join esports, let us know. We hold tryouts in the summers. We also have, feel free to send me an email, cvagle1@niu.edu, cvagle1@niu.edu, or go ahead and it's on our website, niu.edu/esports. We've also got the esports minor. If you want to get an education in esports, we've got the esports special interest community. All of that info is on our website. And then, we want to see you guys here with us for the 2021-2022 season. We've got a lot of hashtag Husky Pride here, and we want to get those hashtag NIU wins. We do have anything, if you guys have anything you guys want to leave info for me, feel free to do so. I'm here always wanting to learn more about that stuff for you guys. All right, we are getting ready to get into game number 3, the spicy Udyr pick, the spicy Malphite pick. Although, to be honest, with all these picks from Ball State, they are not truly spicy right now anymore because we've already got the full solo queue style kind of coming through for them. So we will go ahead and pause into there and get you guys into game for game number 3. we have, there it is. My apologies. Game number 3 here of Ball State versus NIU in the College League of Legends season. Will NIU move to 2-0 on the season? Will Ball State move to 1-1 on the season? All right, let's check it out. Once again, Fleet Footwork on the Gnar. Then we've also got Phase Rush on the Udyr as well as the Syndra. Hail of Blades on both the Kaisa and the Pike. This time we are not seeing a 5-stack. It's the first of the 3 games that we have not seen a 5-stack come through for the side of Ball State. On the Malphite, we're seeing the Arcane Comet. We're seeing the Phase Rush on the Graves. Electrocute Ari. Jhin with the Fleet Footwork. And Arcane Comet on the Vel'Koz. Summoner spells, pretty standard. We're seeing teleports from both solo laners, and then heal and ignite on the side of NIU. On the side of Ball State, we see teleport in the top lane, ignite in the mid lane, and then heal and barrier are the summoner spells in the bot lane there for Ball State. Udyr going for the Chilling Smite this time, and then we do see Malphite going for the Corrupting Potion. We see Gnar for the first time opting into a Doran Shield start. We also see on the side of the bot lanes, nobody taking any specialties here. The Steel Guards for the Pike and the once again the Spell Thieves for the Vel'Koz. A little bit early on from the Vel'Koz onto these laners. That's to be expected. Ari going to be winning this lane pretty decently. The laners, once again, have these lane focuses. If NIU can avoid dying in some of these and play more of the... just play for late, then... Oh, nice pull onto the Jhin and forced out the heal early on there. Nicely done by Crix. Able to land that one, thread that one through, and heal already down from the Jhin. That's pretty big in this lane, as both of those members are pretty squishy of the side of Ball State. Now, the thing with Vel'Koz is he will just continue to poke it out here, and not able to layer that enough to get the CC here, but just forcing them off as Ball State does have the level advantage here early on, so NIU will just back away and attempt to get this early advantage. Now, that's going to be a lot of damage onto Pike, but actually able to dodge away from some of this as well. And as we continue, lanes pretty standard. Once again, we're seeing the XP advantage in the top lane. So Alpha Squirtle quietly doing a good job of just getting advantages on this Gnar each and every game. Udyr coming bot lane. This is not warded out. And there's the stun. Oh, nice flash away from the Jhin. So flash is traded. You will take that support for ADC flash. Now, this is actually going to force out the teleport as nice flash from Udyr. He'll be able to get this one. First blood is going to go on to the Udyr, but the Malphite teleport might mean as actually heal does come through. And there's the stun. Okay, flash comes through from Malphite. And so now another flash forward, and this is just a bloody game already as Crix will die. Nikolai will grab that kill, and it'll be a 1-for-1, or 1-for-2, I apologize, as the junglers both got a kill each, and the other kill went on to the Malphite. This also, though, will give Gnar the advantage to just be able to... Oh, he's going to hop a little bit early and take a couple of turret shots, but he'll be able to walk in and just push in this turret. He'll actually grab... Not grab a plate yet. He'll walk away from that one. As Vel'Koz won't grab a plate either. But once again, Vel'Koz having that advantage early on in this lane. Not always the best for NIU, though they did equal out here, so they do need to get this back here. This could be a kill onto the Ari, as she will actually just find the Udyr rather than him finding her. And this will be likely the turret plate donated over to the Jhin here. Does look like there it goes. So, yep, Jhin will grab a turret plate, have a little gold advantage early. Actually, a pretty big gold advantage early with that 23-10 farm advantage here. Gnar actually wasn't able to capitalize too heavily as his wave was already shoving into the turret. Wasn't able to grab too much of a farm advantage. But It is indeed just the first blood gold that is the difference here in this game, as it's still a 600 gold lead for the side of Ball State. Although, actually, thinking about it, sorry, the first blood went on to NIU, so my apologies. That is onto the farm lead since NIU had first blood, so that's what's keeping them into this game. My apologies here. But anyway, first Drake is going to be a Mountain Drake, so we are not going to see the Mountain Soul for the first time this season. We've got the advantage once again on the Gnar. That's actually a nice little trade here. That's going to be the dash forward, and Crix is going to take a lot of damage here. He is going to die, but Gnar, oh, not having the hop available and the attack speed slow from the side of Malphite is going to keep him alive here. Now, this could be, yeah, this is going to be the flash being forced out from the Vel'Koz. Udyr had a chance there, but is not able to grab the kill. And Revelation could have died in that one earlier, but able to get away successfully because the hop was on cooldown. Now, Gnar does have that ultimate available for himself, whereas Malphite is still sitting on level 5. If Mega Gnar comes through between that time, likely will not. But teleport is also available on the Gnar if they want to opt into a fight here. This looks like it might be Graves starting up that Mountain Drake. It will not be, in fact. He will just walk away. Nice little turret plate take from Gnar here. He'll throw the boulder there with the boulder toss, and not able to land the stun. So looks like with the Jhin backing, it will not be the Drake help from him. But Graves will just start up this Scuttle Crab, see if he can't grab it. With the Vel'Koz roaming up, he really should be able to. And there goes the one ward gets cleared, and NIU, or Ball State, I apologize, puts down another. So control wards in multiple places for Ball State, really wanting to take control of the vision game here. Now, looking on through, with Graves on the bot side of the map, that's a nice stun coming through. The charm comes through, but flash forward. Oh, no orb there from Syndra to land the stun, but able to just get away. Graves is going to start up this Mountain Drake, so that will go over towards the side of Ball State, as Udyr's on the top side, not willing to contest this here. We're not knowing to contest it, either way. Just a lot of poke going through, and Vel'Koz is going to be trying... They're going to try to force him to use all his mana here. And, yeah, there goes the Mountain Drake over to Ball State like we thought it might. And now you're pinging out to the Graves. They will look to try to steal some of the jungle, and it looks like it will just be a bit of vertical jungling going on here, as Udyr will now have the advantage to just take these Raptors. Syndra not feeling very safe to push up and take any of that wave. We'll let that push out for herself. But NIU getting a nice little advantage in the top lane, 35 to 9, or 59 to 36 now. The farm advantage there, and despite this bot lane difference being pretty monumental for the side of Ball State, NIU grabbing a little bit of advantage in the top lane to try to even that out. So we'll see if they can play through that lane. Graves now roaming up towards a possible mid lane gank. This is being pinged out. He's gonna miss on the cloud there. He is gonna grab the damage though, and Syndra will drop. But Udyr gonna look to try to get this one back, and is just gonna be the Graves able to dash away and get out of that one. Unfortunate timing, as NIU just opted to finish the Herald here. When that fight was opted into, they do grab it, but at the expense of their mid laner. So now going to be a dash or dive forward from the Gnar. He's going to continue to take this fight, but he'll have to flash away as Graves is there. Heal comes through from the bot lane, but this is going to be the kill onto Alpha Squirtle. Now, teleport, or Udyr does come through, and Flash comes forward. Will he be able to get there in time? And he will get the stun. That's going to be enough damage, and Kai'Sa's going to just put it through. They're going to dive the turret here, and it will go over to Summoner XD. PCH will just live, and NIU is going to take the advantage on that fight. They'll be down 5-3 in kills, down about 1,000 gold here in this game. Malphite already 2-0 with that 150 gold bounty on him. Unfortunately, if you're the side of NIU, especially Alpha Squirtle, because of that nice farm advantage he has there, he's not able to really do much with it. But that's going to be a lot of the turret plates coming through, gold back into NIU's pockets. And Graves just going to opt to take some of that blue side juggle for NIU. NIU not really... they're not bleeding out quite yet. They're at a little bit of a disadvantage right now. Unfortunately, with that early 3 assists going through to Vel'Koz have really hurt them, as well as those 2 kills onto the Malphite. But they should be able to come back in this one pretty easily if they are able to take one good fight out of this at this point. Looking on through now, though, we do see that the bot lane for Ball State is just pushing on in to the turret. They're able to grab that plate. Kaisa is here to clear this wave, though, as best as possible. But NIU looks like, oh yeah, with the Udyr there, they are going to look for the engage here onto this one. Teleport comes through from the Malphite, and Udyr just kind of gets stunned up, but that's enough to get some damage back onto those two. And with the Syndra here as well, the stun does miss, but that's going to be enough to Chris gets a kill here, and that will be NIU grabbing one back in the 1-for-1. Now, will Ball State try to re-engage? They look to, but they instead just disengage off that one. Ari not here, so in the 5 versus 4, NIU takes the 1-for-1. Now Dash does come not out by Pike. He'll get the hook and he'll back away. Teleport does come through from Syndra, and actually really good charm. That's actually nice stun though by Space Marine, and he's going to grab the kill there. Really well played. It looked like he was going to get killed just on the offset there, and nice outplay to be able to live. And not only that, but he will now, well, that's going to be the dive in from the Malphite, and he's going to outplay this Malphite as well. Malphite will die to the turret, and that's going to be another kill. NIU looks to be getting back into this game, and now the kills are tied up, and they have themselves a gold advantage in this game. They're going to look to continue to fight here. That's going to be Graves coming on down. They'll get the nice little pick onto Graves. Flash comes through. Flash forward as well from Graves. Cherry Pops is going to be donated that kill. Now, this is enough to get Pike out. Is not able to land the hook right back, and the kill will be answered once again by the side of Ball State. But key to this game, Malphite sitting 3-1-0, but that gold is equalized by the 30 farm advantage that Alpha Squirtle has built for himself. However, that is negated as well by the 30 farm advantages in the ADC and ADC and mid lane roles for Ball State. Malphite going to take a bit of damage here, but that's going to be... Actually, Graves is just going to grab the Cloud Drake for himself here. Well, he'll have it with some help from his friends in the bot lane. But that puts, once again, Ball State up 2 Drakes. They're only up 1 kill at this point in this game, though. A little bit better than the last game. As well as the gold is actually in favor of NIU right now because they were able to take more of these plates. And this looks like it might be Vel'Koz trying to engage onto the Syndra. Syndra's going to have to play a little carefully, and nice flash to dodge out that that damage from the Vel'Koz, and then the charm. Now that's a charm forward, and the stun does miss from Syndra, but ultimate is used by the Ahri, and now this is just the threat of the hook. Udyr is down here. We'll see if NIU looks to take this fight, and instead they'll just move away from it. Turret plates have fallen, so we'll see exactly where the teams want to play this one. Graves is in the mid lane, or is towards the mid lane, as well as Malphite's roaming down here, but Ahri had to flash, so with that, that really eliminates the threat of any sort of gank here. Udyr going to run himself into the Vel'Koz, and nice stopwatch there to stop the engage potential, but could it be enough? There's going to be the damage, and yep, there's the ultimate from the Pike. able to get that down. And now here comes the damage and the oh, nice flash from Jin. Could be enough, and Summoner XD will actually die to the turret as well. Jin able to really well play to get that one out and get out a lot, or he'll donate his life, but he will get 2 kills in the process. Now, looking out towards the top lane, this might be the next advantage, or the next area that we see a fight, as this is a nice stun. We'll see if that's, yep, there's the nice stun back into the turret with the ultimate from Gnar. And he will just put some poke damage on and walk away in the mini form. He does have hop available, so there he will hop off of a minion, and he will back away. This game is very close. NIU starting to build a little bit of a gold advantage, actually, looking up at that number. But the Pyke, like some of those other champions, like a TF or a Gangplank, able to actually artificially increase the amount of gold in the team's pockets because of that. The Pyke giving away full kill gold to the person who assists on his kills, if they're done with his ultimate. Now, this is going to be Udyr finding himself a nice little advantage, or a nice stun. Syndra comes through onto the Ahri. Ahri's going to use her ultimate, but it won't be enough. It'll be the kill coming through for NIU. Now, with the Demolish proc, oh, that's not enough. It's just a tad bit too little from Gnar. One auto attack will do it, and will kill this turret. In which case he can then dive. So we'll see if he tries to set this up for the dive. He lands the first boomerang throw, but does not end up getting anything out of it. 10 to 10 in kills, and now you're down a Drake, or down 2 Drakes, I should say, but up about 2,500 gold. So if you wanted to see them come back in last game, then this was kind of the formula that you needed to go about it with. But they have this option here. Now, Graves is here. That's a nice ulti. Oh, nice flash to negate the ulti there. And nice stun. Just predicting the dash forward from Graves. And PCH is going to grab that kill. That'll be the Rift Herald started up by NIU, and they will get their second one of those of the game. Looking on towards this spot lane, we're starting to see a nice job by Pyke. Actually, the nice synergy here, or the nice counter matchup in a way. Actually, that's going to be the charm missing, as we'll hold that thought for a second. Now, not enough damage for Space Marine will actually die to the Ignite, but Udyr will trade right back onto this Ahri. And now this is the re-engage dash forward from the Pyke onto the ultimate there, and stun misses, as we'll see if he's able to pull back in this Vel'Koz, and damage does not come through. So with the additional speed up from going invisible, as well as the dash available for himself, this Pyke pick has been really helping NIU to avoid some of that long-range engage from the Vel'Koz and Jin combo. They now find themselves up 13 to 11 in kills, and certainly not a clean game. It's sloppy by both teams, but a game where NIU now has an advantage and has a clear win condition in it. So we'll see. The Gnar ulti is available. This is enough to just knock away the Graves, and he's not going to be able to grab that. Wow, that's a bunch of damage onto the Vel'Koz. That's going to be followed up, though, by the Malphite ulti. Udyr's going to run around here. This could be followed up by the Kai'Sa. It's going to be shut down by Graves, but Kai'Sa is going to now die to Revelations. Revelations will be slain by Alpha Squirtle. Alpha Squirtle is now going to grab a double kill onto the Jin. He'll find himself a third, possibly, as there it goes. Actually going to be taken by the Syndra. Space Marine grabs the kill. It's going to be an ace for NIU. They'll lose 2 in the process, but they will take that every time. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your first ace of this game 3, and it belongs to NIU, who now have a 5,000 or 4,500 gold advantage. 5,000 gold advantage, 5.5, and they also have now drawn the Drake lead to just 1 for the side of Ball State. This is exactly what you wanted to see Alpha Squirtle do on this Gnar. That's a nice ulti, and that's actually going to be a dead Vel'Koz, as he will just take all the combos from Space Marine and Alpha Squirtle. And this is, like I was saying, exactly what you were hoping to see. The picks in the top lane, the Darius and the earlier pick in the top lane there. Forgive me, I'm forgetting which one Revelations had been on in game number 1. But they'd been successful in shutting down this Gnar, not allowing him to get that advantage. But the beauty of this pick into the Malphite was that the Malphite forced him, or was forced to roam around the map to really get the advantages. And while he had the kill advantage early, that gave a bunch of free farm to Gnar. And that's actually going to be, the ulti comes through. PCH is going to slay Manamelon. Nice flash away from Revelation's ultimate. And that could be, that's a dead Space Marine, as there is a Gale Force on that Graves. But with the ultimate, Pyke is going to come through and grab that and give the assist gold over to the Udyr. But that's going to be another pick onto the Vel'Koz, and that is exactly what you're wanting to do if you are NIU. This pick, what we were saying last game, it is susceptible to getting picked off, and that is exactly what they're doing. Pyke is the master of picking off opponents. Now this Jhin is in a bad spot there. Oh, flash. Forced out and Gale Force there. Going to be enough to get away from Jhin, but forcing to use both of his spells there, his spell and his ability there, to avoid the engage from NIU. Gnar already onto that top lane tier 2. NIU still has a Rift Herald in their pocket, and they will take that top lane tier 2 with Gnar just free pushing. And now almost an 8,500, or more than an 8,500 gold advantage. And this is Ahri just taking a lot of damage there from Gnar. Now, unfortunately for Gnar, he's going to get picked here by the Malphite, or the Malphite's going to find him. He'll hop over the wall. There goes the ultimate. And now going to just grab the kill with Ahri dashing over the wall. But that'll be the shutdown onto Gnar, onto Alpha Squirtle from the side of Ball State. But NIU will drop the Rift Herald. They will grab the mid lane turret, and now they are actually up a solid 9,000 gold at 21 minutes. So despite this game early on being relatively close, this looks like it's an NIU favored game here in game number 3. And well, that's just the Pyke getting deleted, and that like I said about the oh, well, there's a bunch of damage coming through from Summoner XD, but not able to grab the kill. He's going to go ahead and just be in a bad spot here. Udyr is going to come back, and that's going to be chased down coming from Cherry Pops. He'll actually, Gale Force will proc onto him, but now NIU is actually going to be possibly giving up too much, and now Manamelon does die. Space Marine is going to grab that kill, and this will force the side of Ball State to back off of this Baron. It will reset, but PCH is just going to follow up. And with the side of Ball State not following up on this, and now their backs being canceled by the Gnar, as that's a little bit far forward if you're Gnar, and possibly just gifting back another kill. This could still be NIU looking for the advantage and grabbing that Mountain Drake. So it may just be a distraction for long enough, but if you look at the gold advantage, it has now dropped to just about 8,000. So in that, or just about 7.5. So in that exchange right there, NIU lost about 1,500 of their gold lead. So a solid about 12.5% of their gold lead went away there, or 13 possibly. It looks like they will grab this Drake. They're going to get the nice stun on through. Actually not going to land the stun because the ulti does come through from Malphite. Now, they are going to grab the Drake, but at what cost? As they are going to lose 2 members here. There will be 2 members of the Ball State, or a 2-member advantage for Ball State. Pyke looking to get a pick, but NIU playing that a little bit sloppily, and will lose their mid laner and their jungler in the process. And for that, it looks like Ball State has made the immediate decision. They are going to say, go for Baron right now. Now, NIU has Gnar, they have Pyke, they have the Kai'Sa available as well. That's a stun onto the Gnar, and he does not have Mega Gnar available right now. They will back it off. This Baron has reset, it does seem. And NIU, that's Mega Gnar starting now, but Cherry Pops is going to grab the kill first before that happens. And there's actually Summoner XD trading one back onto Johnny V, but Nikolai will flash forward to grab the Kai'Sa, and this is down to a 2-kill advantage for NIU, as they have played... the side of Ball State has played these Baron fights rather well. Now, Space Marine able to keep Crix alive, and with the Ari ultimate used now, and the Ignite as well. But Crix able to stay alive through that one and just bait in for a Space Marine kill. And this will reset once again as NIU. Let's reset the game state. This lead is down to 6,000, but the Drakes are now tied up. NIU with 2 oceans. Ball State with a mountain and a cloud. Excuse me. We have NIU has a 3 kill advantage, a 6,000 gold lead. Clearing out some of this vision here. Pike now with the Umbral Glaive, as well as has the Prowler's Claw as well. So he's going to be able to do some nice burst damage here. Udyr now with his is going to be sitting on that Sunfire Cape and has the nice Sterix Gauge. Crix trying to grab that one, but won't be able to do anything here. And it will just be NIU looking to push out the waves 1-3-1 and reset. That is, if you look at these team comps, that is one place where NIU has a firm advantage, is in the 1-3-1 split push. They definitely have the Udyr who can split push top, and the Gnar for the bot lane. Now Graves is sitting on the bot side of the map. NIU has all the vision in this, and that's just gonna miss onto the Jhin. Would have been a nice pick if they were able to do so. Now Malphite is just hovering on this Gnar. And Gnar gonna be able to get Mega. He'll walk away, and with the bot lane hover from the side of NIU, that's a nice smite coming through. Vel'Koz is going to take a lot of damage, and he will not end up getting stunned, but that's going to be a follow-up from Kai'Sa. Going to be enough with the ultimate coming through. They will grab one onto Vel'Koz, and it's a 1-0, but NIU looks like they want to get more. They're going to continue to posture forward on this one. Now, that's a nice dash, nice ultimate from Malphite. The kill will go over to Cherry Pops on that Jhin, and that will be the 1-for-1 in the end here. But NIU just pings onto the Baron. They said, you know what, that was all a bait. We want the Baron. You guys are on the wrong side of the map now. We are just going to take this. So there they go. They're going to go ahead and start that up. The 4 members of Ball State have started to roam over. This is about halfway through its health bar, but it will be backed off. NIU will take it away. They'll go ahead and get the stun onto Malphite. It will be a Flash Force. Now that's going to be Graves taking a lot of damage. So that's going to be enough. NIU's going to pop the Graves. Now it's going to be the focus onto the Ari. Flash forward comes through. Jhin is going to be stunned. That's now him going down. Cherry Pops is dead. Now Revelations is down. Crix grabs that one. Udyr just baiting around here. He's going to die to the turret, but that's okay because there is the kill coming on to Manamelin. Manamelin grabs back onto the bike. But in the end, it is NIU grabbing, I believe, an extended 3-for-4 and now able to push out this mid lane. The 3rd Ocean Drake should be spawning in just over a minute. And so NIU is going to just take this mid lane tier 2, and then they will back away. Ball State has only taken 1 turret in this game, so that is a lot of this gold difference. But this is now up to a 9,500 gold lead for NIU. They will run over towards this Drake on spawn. Does not look like Ball State will get there in time. NIU will rush this down. There's going to be the teleport, though. NIU is going to look to see if they can't get this advantage. There's going to be the nice push away from the Syndra, and NIU will put themselves on Drake point in this game after going down 2-0 early. NIU looking towards posturing towards the Baron again. The Udyr ran a little too far, but did just zone off and end up taking out the team for Ball State here. Teleport is available from the Gnar, and the Syndra is not available from the side of Ball State. So they should be, NIU is looking to push out this bot lane and possibly have the teleport advantage in this fight, if there is one that breaks out over the Baron pit. PCH just going to run forward, going to force out some of that mana usage. Not very much anymore on the Vel'Koz, as he has gotten, he's pretty much online with that Luden's Tempest for his mythic item. Looking on through, pretty standard mythic items. We're seeing the Divine Sunder on the Gnar. We see the Sunfire Cape and the Luden's Tempest down mid or jungle and mid for NIU. Then the Gale Force and the Prowler's Claw from the Kai'Sa and the Pike, respectively. Then on the side of Ball State, we see Malphite with the Sunfire Cape, the Gale Force on the Graves. Then Ahri and Vel'Koz both have Luden's Tempest, where Jhin also has the Gale Force. Gale Force with the longer cooldown now, after as this is on patch 11.2, but it looks like there still is some priority on it from these members of Ball State. Gnar going to continue to push in the spot lane. NIU going to continue to push forward, and this could be Udyr pushing out a little too far. Crix is going to be in a bad spot, but the charm doesn't land. Now, Ahri going to continue to go forward. This is going to be the side of NIU forced into a fight here, and they don't have their top laner able to join, as he's just going to end up taking this Malphite very low. Nice stun. Is he going to be able to grab that? Not going to be enough, as he just barely missed on grabbing the boulder here. Are you going to posture on towards that one? So NIU will start up the Baron once again. They do have teleport on the Gnar available here if they need to. Graves is here, and this Baron is already down to 6,000 health. That's a stun on the Graves. That could be forcing them away, and NIU might just have to, or Ball State might just have to take that one away. It does look like there it is. NIU is going to grab the Baron, and Gnar going to go forward. He's actually going to get caught, but that's going to be traded back by Syndra onto the Graves. NIU is going to continue to run forward. That's going to be the flash coming out from Vel'Koz, as NIU running in the Phoenix form was Udyr. Now Bear form running forward, Turtle form to get the shield, and you see PCH just running around in that Udyr. Definitely one of the bigger picks in this game number 3. NIU having to run away here. That's a nice pick, but not able to grab any follow-up onto it. NIU does have that 10,000 gold advantage now, 5 kills up, and but like we said last game, it's not the biggest deal in the world. At 32 minutes, if you lose a fight, there's every possibility that the enemy team can capitalize on that. So NIU has to balance this on a knife's edge. Where now we do see that Udyr is going to push out the bot lane. We see the side of NIU looking to reset, and Graves is just going to look to clear out this bot lane. We'll give ourselves a minute to catch our breath, as now with the Baron buffs, NIU will choose to take the reset. They'll choose to push out the lanes and see if they cannot take this advantage and run with it and win the game off of it. Ocean Soul is available in 1 minute and 15 seconds, so that will likely be where we see the next fight break out over. NIU obviously now looking to get the vision and get the advantage in that area. If we vision toggle here, we do see that, my apologies, we do see that there's a nice little bit of vision, not too much, but a little bit for NIU, whereas the closest ward is there for the side of Ball State. Gnar once again on the split push here. He's going to look to take out the spot lane tier 2. It would be the last standing outer turret, and Udyr now with him. That will be gone. NIU is now going to run on back with 20 seconds until this Drake spawns. Kai'Sa is in position to possibly take this. It looks like NIU or Ball State is looking towards a pick onto the Syndra and does not land. That's Ahri using her ultimate. Now that is NIU roaming back towards Flash forward. Now Flash also used by the Ahri. Udyr using his Flash. That's going to be Space Marine grabbing 1. This could be the fight that NIU needs to end the game and take this 2-0 season lead. Now, Syndra gets a double. That's going to be a stun coming through from Gnar. He's grabbed another one. That is going to be the triple coming through from Syndra. She's got enough. PCH following through. Crix grabs the next one. Crix grabs the double. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. NIU with a 10-kill lead. They're going to run it down the mid lane. And ladies and gentlemen, GG to Ball State. NIU finds their fight. And it wasn't the cleanest set of games, but they're going to find themselves at the top of the leaderboard in the conference, 2-0, and they will take on Western Michigan on Saturday at 2 p.m. All right, ladies and gentlemen, GG's to Ball State, but NIU able to grab that series in 3 games, and the Silver Scrapes had it. But let's go ahead and we will be back in. We're going to take just a minute here. We're going to try to come back and see if we cannot get an interview with one of the players. You guys let us know in the comment section below. Let us know which player is your player of the game, and we will try to grab that player for the interview. It's got to be quick, but we'll try to grab that player. All right. Anyway, until then, I'm going to take a drink because this has been a nice 3-game series with a couple of long games in there, and then we will be right back with the interview. All right, stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get Jeremy PCH into this chat in a little bit to get the interview. I know they're just ironing out some final things real quick, but until then, we'll give you a quick rundown of the leaderboard here. As you guys were asking about it, NIU now sitting on top of the conference with a 2-0 record. Miami of Ohio also sitting at 2-0. Eastern Michigan, as we knew before, dropped against Akron earlier on this week. Buffalo and Northeastern each to play they're going to play each other in this game, so we should see one of them drop to 1-0 and 1 and 1 to 2 and 0. And then also Ohio and Kent State to play a little bit later on tonight. So of the teams with wins, it's still Northeastern, Buffalo at 1-0. Eastern Michigan at 1-1, and then NIU, Miami, and Akron currently tied at 2-0. But one team will be joining them at that record. All right. With that in mind, we're going to go ahead and jump into the interview real quick once they get the chance. We're going to keep it brief though, because we do want to give them time to look over the games a little bit again. All right. So we should be hearing from Jeremy any second now, and we will. There he is. All right. Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Congrats on the win, guys. A little bit tough there with game 2 going the way of Ball State, but you guys got the win in the grudge match here. So, how are you guys feeling coming out of that one?
I'm feeling pretty good. The first and third games I played really well, I feel. The second game I obviously ran it down, but we had to make it a best of 3 for the fans.
Exactly. There you go. It's all for the fans. It's for you guys
content.
At home. It's for the content. But no, honestly, really well played in game 1. Obviously, player of the game for that one for sure. Game 3, we can give it to everybody. I mean, there were some great plays by everybody there, but the Udyr was definitely a fun pick there. We'll forget about game 2. That was a bit rough. But this is now your third is it year on the team?
Yes, it is. I've been
Third
here
year.
since I was a freshman.
There you go. So, coming from the veterans' perspective, what does it mean to now beat Ball State in kind of a revenge match after getting kicked out of the playoffs by them last year?
It feels pretty good. I'm really happy overall with the growth as a team and my own growth as a player. Because when we first started, our team was okay, but obviously we weren't really good. We had our performance wasn't really amazing. But then each year we've gotten better and better, and I think that this year is the best roster that we've had since I've gotten here. So I'm just really excited to see how far we can get in playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I guess we've got the Western Michigan up on Saturday. Despite being 0-2 right now, they're not as bad necessarily as the record would suggest. How you guys feeling moving into this weekend?
I think we're pretty confident. I think that the main reason we lost today was kind of because we it was pretty simple mistakes. It was just I would just game 2 I just turbo into, and I just have to control my level of brain damage long enough to win the game. So I think that if we're able to do that, I think that we're pretty competitive with all the teams. So I'm fairly confident.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're starting to see that there might not necessarily be the same top dogs in the conference that we thought at the beginning of the year. So I think we've got some good games ahead of us for sure. Anything else you'd like to say? I know you guys are still looking over those games, so I don't want to keep you too long.
Not especially. I mean, I think that we forefund game 2 and we forefund the middle of game 3. But other than that, I think we played well. I think that Ball State also played pretty well. The first game was obviously a little bit of a wash, but after that, the fact that they were able to come back as well as they did, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I guess that brings me to one more question. So it seemed like at the first game they kind of opted into more of a competitive style, playing similarly to what you guys were playing. starting with game 2 and a little bit more in game 3. I mean, obviously with the Darius and the Lux bans, it was a little bit harder for them to pick this way, but it seemed like they moved towards more of a solo queue style of play. Was that something that you noticed in their play, or was that just something that the champions might have led to a little bit more of that?
No, I mean, I think they definitely still played together as a team fairly well. Like they used TP really well, and they had Darius in the side lane very effectively. I think that they changed to their comfort pick champions because before it was like it wasn't like it was fairly obvious that they weren't all as comfortable as they were on the champions that they picked later on in the series.
Gotcha.
Like I believe that they just started picking comfort picks, and yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, I will let you guys get back to it. Thank you so much for the interview, and we'll hopefully, we can get that win on Saturday as well.
Hopefully.
All right, we'll see you. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, well, that just about does it for us here tonight. We are going to be back on Saturday. That would be the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, the 30th against Western Michigan. That's going to be a game at 2 o'clock p.m. We'll start the broadcast hopefully at 1:30, sometime in between 1:30 and 2, obviously. But yeah, we will get that ready for you. NIU currently sitting 2-0 and on top of the Esports Collegiate Conference, tied for first place. So hopefully they can keep it up, and we'll see how they play on Saturday. Thank you guys so much for watching. And like we said before, let's just go through it one more time since we have it here for us. Let's go through it and say, as always, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure to broadcast for you. Go NIU. We were able to get that hashtag NIU win. As always, you can follow up with our social medias: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, YouTube, Twitch. Follow us on all of them if you want. If you'd like to subscribe to our Twitch to support the our esports program, it greatly helps. We've got 3 levels of the subscription, as I said on the broadcast, that you guys can see them below. But you get that for subscribing today, even with your free Twitch Prime subscription. You get the Legacy logo icon or the emote. And if you step up to Supporter Plus, you'll end up getting the Doggers emote. If you go to Supporter Ultimate, you will get the In My Sights emote. Every Prime member gets a free sub. It renews every month, so you just have to go in and actually renew it each month, renew with the channel each month. So please consider it today or in the future to support us. If you're a prospective or current student, if you know anybody who is or looking to become one, and is looking to join esports, please feel free to reach out to esports@niu.edu or cvagle1 and just tell us about yourself. We'd love to have more interested parties to play on our teams in the future as well. We've got Rocket League, League of Legends, and Overwatch varsity programs. And then, we'll be holding tryouts over the summer for the 2021-2022 season. Let's go Huskies. So that's everything that I've got for you tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. I know we enjoyed the outcome. It was a rocky set of games at times, but NIU ultimately did get the win. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys on Saturday. Until then, I'm out.